For those of you that don't know me, I'm on the staff of MEF. I'm responsible for a range of strategic programs, and one of them is the MEF Proof of Concept, MEF 3.0 PoC program, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. We're showcasing a range of MEF 3.0 PoCs, and I should explain what these PoCs are. These are actually implementation projects that run potentially throughout the course of the year, but we have the opportunity to showcase them here at this event at MEF19. We've been doing this actually since 2014, since Gen 14, the first event. We have them every year, and we've been improving them year by year. And this year we have 15 MEF 3.0 PoCs in four areas of work. SD-WAN, and the other ones we'll address shortly. So on the left-hand side, you can see the graphics for each PoC. They have unique numbers, and they will continue to have those numbers beyond MEF19. So we've got a PoC 102, MEF 3.0 PoC 105, etc. The reason that we've got these unique numbers is that projects come and go. And so we don't want to reassign a number to a PoC that could actually continue on. So we're going to just keep on adding the numbers. Right now I think we're around about 129, 130. So in the SD-WAN area of work at MEF, we've got, as you can see, 5 PoCs. Each PoC has at least 3 participant companies that service providers or vendors. The first one, 102, with Adva, Netcracker, NTT, Silverpeak, Spirent, and Versa, is about orchestrating multi-vendor SD-WAN solutions using UCPE to create value-added services through service chaining, and also to test the service. So on 105 we have SD-WAN running over satellite with Cloudify orchestrating their CMC networks, a terrestrial service provider, Contron, Infovista, Intelsat, obviously known for satellite, and Nuage for SD-WAN. Security assurance in SD-WAN, so that's really the first two are around MEF 70, our SD-WAN work there. And security assurance in SD-WAN is actually looking towards MEF 88, our protection of application flows over SD-WAN. 122 is another example of multi-domain SD-WAN, and the last one, 129, is actually leading us into showing us what certification is going to look like for SD-WAN for certification against MEF 70. And on the right-hand side, we're showing some of the key words there, key concepts that are being demonstrated: single portal for multi-vendor SD-WAN, LSO Presto northbound interfaces, and so on. The next group or bucket of the PoCs is frictionless commerce. And this really is based on DLT, blockchain. We have 2 PoCs in this area. We did last year as well. We have 2 this year. The first one, 120, actually is a very, very well-established MEF 3.0 PoC that's been running since 2016. The original players, many of them are still there, Sparkle and Tata Communications, PCCW Global, and now they've been joined by Exceedi and Amatus, Clear and Colt. Not only is this a very well-established PoC, it's probably one of the more complex ones, I think. It shows not only automated provisioning using LSO Sonata APIs, but it takes us in the direction of showing how we can take the commercial aspect of the federation of operators in an end-to-end service. In this case, it's spanning 3 operators at a time, and using blockchain not only for the provisioning aspect, but also for using smart contracts to determine what to do in the case of an exception from an SLA, and also to complete the process with billing and settlement based on the blockchain data. And very, very interesting POC. I urge you to go and see that one. And 127 with DC Connect, PCW Global, and R3 is also interesting. In the case of 120, actually, we've got two application vendors showing interoperability using the same DLT. In 127, it's one DLT, it's one application vendor, but what they're showing is they're focusing on the application side of things, where they're showing how you can use blockchain, for example, to create innovative services like reputation mechanisms. So when an operator chooses a wholesale partner to work with, they can go on the blockchain and based on the information there, see what their reputation is, for example, based on their history of the delivery of provisioning of the service within the time that was specified in the contract. So smart contracts, automated provisioning, a lot of good stuff there. Next one, hot topic as well, 5G and network slicing. We have four POCs there, 107 and 108 are both showing network slicing of 5G access infrastructure. Very topical for a lot of wholesale operators is the opportunity basically to increase the ROI for 5G operators that are rolling out access infrastructure, that they can share that infrastructure with mobile operators that can't necessarily afford their own access infrastructure. So the first one led by NTT with support from Okinawa Open Laboratory. I believe that they're using OpenMEF for their orchestration, which is an open source solution. And 108, BT and Adva and Infovista working together. 119, slicing the edge, combines not only the compute at the edge, but focusing on using slicing there with security. And 126, very interesting one. We did a blog on this actually. I was very interested by this. Is 5G factory. We're seeing more and more the examples of Industry 4.0 when a factory is using wireless as part of the manufacturing process. What can't be done with Wi-Fi, what can't be done with 4G, can only be done with 5G for reasons of things like latency. Actually slicing the 5G within the factory environment to support many different applications during the manufacturing process, and that one's with Amdocs and Cisco. Another one is service level assurance, and obviously that's a wide area. We've got four POCs there. Blue Planet and Equinix and Unitas showing using machine learning and AI to really improve the resilience of services. 117, MEF SOAM for high-value multi-operator carrier Ethernet services. When we see SOAM, perhaps it looks a little less interesting, but I urge you to pay attention to this POC as well, because over the years we've been getting this input, from enterprises. We really, really need to see the end-to-end performance of the service, and when it spans multiple operators, there might be a black hole because they don't have visibility. And what they're showing here in this POC is actually using LSO Sonata to set up the Y1731 session information so that the service provider, without having to put a NID at the other end, can see, has visibility end-to-end on the service, which improves the interaction with the customer, of course, but also improves the interactions between the operators themselves. 118 with Spectrum, Equinix, Nefeli, Nokia, and Vitria. That's an interesting one, which I have a lot to learn about. They've kept us in suspense there in terms of what they're doing, so I think you'll see an exciting story there around IoT. Nefeli, of course, known for lean NFV, so worth watching that. And 128, CenturyLink, Infinera, and Telia, all three very well very established contributing members to MEF have done a lot of work in the area of PDO, LSO, and now AI/ML, and they're showing that in this PoC. This year we're increasing the number of categories for awards. So actually this year there are 9 categories of award for the PoCs. And we enabled the MEF 3.0 PoC teams to submit themselves for up to 3 categories. And I won't read through them, but we try to cover the range, whether it's the more general service implementation of MEF 3.0 for 2019, more specific like SD-WAN and service assurance and security assurance, cloud service implementation, slicing, and so on. We also are having the PoCs judged by 12 of the leading analysts in the industry from how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 analyst firms. We've got analysts that work very closely with us throughout the year, and they'll be judging the PoCs.